Alrighty, welcome back to another Arkham Theories video. I know it's been a while since I last done one of these, but we're back now. And if you want to see more Arkham Theory videos from me, then leave some of your theories in the comments, and not only will I use them in a video, but I'll also place your channel name on screen when I use them. The reason why I'm saying to leave some of your theories in the comments is because it's actually getting harder to come across theories that either haven't been talked about already or that haven't already been debunked. Speaking of theories, all of the theories in this video are pulled from the tvtropes.org website. With all that out the way, let's dive right into the first theory.
They believe in rehabilitation.
The writer of this theory goes on to say she does make a voice cameo within the game in which she brings up the Chariot of Death and even uses the term Angel of Death, which she called herself as the Phantasm and was hinted at via a postcard in Arkham Origins.
Hi Bruce, it's Andrea. I was going to send you another postcard, but would you believe that the museum here ran out? Besides, I'm pretty sure Alfred's the only one who reads them. I saw a painting today, Le Char de l'Amour by Schuller. It's a bunch of people being carried off by the Angel of Death. They're all looking around, but she's staring straight at the viewer, looking at you like she can see every sin you've ever committed. I don't know. For some reason it reminded me of you. Stay safe, Bruce. I hear Gotham's more dangerous than ever right now. You know how to find me.
The writer then continues, in her debut, she was fond of literally disappearing in a puff of smoke, just like the mysterious figure who does so when Bruce, as Matches, entered Blackgate. Now, this is a theory that I genuinely hope becomes true simply because of how phenomenal it would be if it were. I seriously hope that the devs go this route because this could open up so many doors for the overall story, and it would just be cool to see the Phantasm in an Arkham game. Moving on to the second theory.
Detective. Proud of you.
This is a very short theory, but the writer of this theory suggests that Malcolm Merlyn, similar to the show Arrow, will take over the League of Assassins and be the new head of the Demon. Now, as a fan of the Arrow show, I actually really like this theory, but seeing as he's had no mention in the Arkhamverse, it makes it hard to put any stock into it. The most notable Green Arrow references I can think of off the top of my head are the Queen Industries shipping containers in Arkham Origins and the Queen Industries building in Arkham Knight, but I guess anything is possible in the Arkhamverse. However, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Malcolm Merlyn could fulfill the role of Ra's al Ghul? And how would y'all feel if he did replace Ra's in the Arkhamverse? Moving on to the third theory.
Is he okay?
He'll be fine. A kid like that with all that money, he'll be just fine.
Shut up, now. He's 8 years old and all alone. Money won't fix that.
Whatever you say, Gordon. His butler's on his way to pick him up. You hear that? He's got a butler.
This is yet again another short theory, but the writer goes on to say that it would make sense if the rude cop that was talking with Gordon during the flashback right before the second Scarecrow encounter was Brandon, seeing as how brass Brandon is in Arkham Origins, and how the things said by the officer sound like things Brandon would say. I actually really like this theory, and much like the writer of it, I too think it makes a lot of sense. The cop that was talking down on young Bruce was very rude and immature, just like how Brandon is. And knowing Rocksteady, it's very possible they had that officer say those things as a nod to Brandon. Now, moving on to the fourth theory. The writer of this theory goes on to say that, other than the first one, all of the Titan thugs that Batman faced in the asylum were more or less proportional. In other words, their limbs were all around the same size. However, the ones in Arkham City had certain limbs being skinnier than others, suggesting that the Titan that was smuggled off the island was in fact one of the imperfected versions of the Titan, such as the Titan that was used on the first Titan thug that Batman faced in Arkham Asylum. This theory honestly does make some sense, but the one thing that doesn't really add up is how these Titan thugs in Arkham City are able to stay alive while using the imperfected version of the serum, whereas the Titan thugs in Arkham Asylum died from the imperfected version of the serum. Have I said Titan enough? Other than that though, it does make a lot of sense. However, I want to know what y'all think about this theory. Do you think that it was an imperfected version of the Titan serum, or do you think that they just weren't using the correct dose? Now, moving on to our final theory of this video.
My name is Quincy Sharp, the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. You have done well to decipher my story, and I pray it has helped you on your path.
The writer of this theory goes on to say that the first issue of the Arkham City tie-in comic reveals that now Mayor Sharp is being stage managed by a mysterious offstage psychiatrist who is none other than Hugo Strange, who Sharp has been seeing for years. Strange either picked up on Sharp's pre-existing resentment and fear of the inmates of Arkham and intensified it through conditioning until it became a virtual psychotic break, or Strange programmed Sharp with the spirit of Arkham persona in the first place in order to make him malleable and easier to control. Now this is a solid theory with some pretty damning evidence. As we know, thanks to some of the tapes in Arkham City and the comics, Hugo basically fully controlled Quincy throughout the Arkham games. So much so that even after Hugo's death, Quincy still saw and heard him. And we all know how that ended for Quincy. Point is, this theory could very well be true, but that about wraps up this video. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to go ahead and thank each and every one of you for watching. Also, like always, huge shout out to Mercenary X84 and Best Man Gamer for being members. I really appreciate the support, and I know this is getting old, but I seriously can't say thank you to both of you enough. Y'all are both, without a doubt, absolute legends, and I just want you both to know that I'm extremely grateful for the support. But with my ramblings finally out the way, it's been ugly, and I'll see y'all in the next one.